So start by lying down, knees bent, hands on the abdomen. We're going to start this Vata gentle class by breathing into the belly. Vata rules digestion, and oftentimes when Vata is out of balance, we experience digestive issues. And so, continuing to breathe through the belly, exploring where you are able to feel your breath, exploring moving the hands around the abdomen, noticing how it feels to breathe through different parts of the belly, the diaphragm, the sides of the torso. Allowing the nervous system to settle and really feeling grounded. And slowly, we're going to hug the right knee into the chest, keeping the left foot on the ground, stretching into that hip. And taking the right leg to the sky, supporting the leg. Begin to flex the right foot back and forth, taking circles of the ankle. Vata rules the joints, so we need to get movement going, stable movement in the joints. And stretching that leg up, just breathing. Slowing down is key to balancing Vata. Hugging that right knee in, draw the head up toward the knee. And lowering the head down. Let's take the right ankle to the left knee. And take a moment there to just feel the right hip opening, without having to go to any extreme movement. If you'd like to, you can lift the left foot off the ground, drawing the legs in closer. You can wrap the hands around the left thigh or the left shin. Monitor how grounded and effortless you feel. You don't want to take it to a point of strain. You want to stay steady in your awareness of breath. Oftentimes the joints are very tight for Vata. We want to make sure we don't go too far, that we find that balance, that edge, a feeling that allows us to be present. And if you find you get distracted, come back to the breath and reorient to the direct sensation you're feeling right now. Now lower the left foot to the ground and hug that right knee back into your chest. And bring the right foot to the ground. Take a moment in between sides, hugging that left knee in. Couple of breaths here. Try to keep the joints in line with each other. So knee in line with hip, ankle in line with knee. And stretching that left leg to the sky, beginning flexing the foot in your circles here with the ankle. Moving to feel rather than to do. And then just stretching the leg up, breathing, feeling, and drawing that left knee in. Just take the head up toward the knee, stretching out through the neck and upper spine. And bringing that left ankle to the right knee. Pause for a moment and feel the hip open. You can even push the leg away if you'd like. Keep that left foot active and flat. This is an important facet of balancing Vata. And you can go deeper if you would like to, drawing that knee in. The key is keeping joints supporting joints. And again, grounded energy. Vata is subtle, so feeling usually isn't an issue. Stabilizing is though. Finding the ground. Finding where the ground is in your body. Stabilizing the joints helps with this considerably. You can even breathe through your back with your back against the ground. Feeling that steady, strong connection. Now releasing that right foot down, hug that left knee in, and then hug both knees into the chest. And let's allow the legs to fall to the left, keeping knees and ankles in line. Knees in line with hips, coming into a twist. Extend that right arm in line with the shoulder. And bring the left hand to the belly again. If you'd like to, you can take support between the knees, maybe a pillow or a blanket, especially if the strain in the top hip is too much, or if the lower back is challenged. If you want to work a little more deeply into the abdomen, because the ground is supporting the joints, you can hug the knees up in toward the chest more to bring some of that benefit more deeply into the intestines and internal organs. And allow yourself to be here. Vata moves erratically and constantly. If you're feeling that way, or if you tend toward high Vata, allow yourself this opportunity to be still. Let the most movement be from the breath. Nice and gentle, lift the knees back up and ease yourself to the other side. Taking whatever you did on the other side. And feeling the breath. Appreciating this time of restfulness. And when you feel those subtle movements that high Vata tends to make, allow yourself to be at ease. And give attention. Sometimes that is enough. Just to give attention to our tendency, to our habit, to our pattern. That's the starting point. Now lifting the knees back up into the chest. hugging the knees in. Roll to the left side and gently come up onto the hands and the knees. Bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. If you're uncertain where that positioning is, bring wrists shoulder distance apart and knees hip distance. And now we begin the cat and dog or cat and cow tilts. Exhale and tuck the tailbone under, round the back. Inhaling, lifting the sit bones, unraveling the spine, lift the heart, lift the head. Moving back and forth, but taking your time. You can even hold certain spaces just to see what feeling is there that you usually miss because you're always moving. Give attention to the spaces we usually don't experience fully. Getting some movement in the abdomen and stretching out the spine. Vata rules the spine. Vata rules the nervous system. Bringing some ease. A couple more times here. Now let's come into a balancing pose. Lifting the right arm and left leg. Keep the left foot flexed. Engage the core. Press into the ground. Find your center. It might be the core, might be the third eye. Lowering gently down, let's move to the other side. Lifting the left arm and right leg. Balance is a challenge for Vata. To have grounded balance is a great way of building that confidence, that steadiness in balancing poses. Don't expect perfection, lowering down. Take a moment in child's pose. Sink back to the hips, to the heels. Rest the head down and breathe. We're going to do it a couple more times. No anxiety, just steady awareness. Remember, it's not about perfection and outcome, but an intention. Climbing up. Let's lift the right arm and left leg again. Breathe. Feel the subtle movements without having to stop them. The subtle movements here are part of the balance. Lowering this side down. When you're ready, come to the other side. Take time. There's no rush. Focus on ease. Lowering down again, coming to child. You'll start to feel warm, which is important. Warmth is important for Vata. Warmth that is built without strain. Rising up from Balasana. Third time. Right arm and left leg up. Be grateful we only do things in threes. Smile if you can. Breathe deeply. Easing to the other side when you're ready. No rush. Lowering down. We're going to come from there to downward facing dog. Now the first thing I want you to do is come to plank and check your alignment. The alignment you have in plank is what you need for downward facing dog. Use that. Again, joints in line with joints. If you find that the back or the hamstrings are very tight, you can bend the knees a little bit. You're probably used to moving a lot in your downward facing dog. We're going to walk the hands back to the feet instead of the feet to the hands so we maintain ground. And hang out over your legs. Bending the knees, slowly sweep the arms out and up. And bring your hands to the heart center. And we're going to walk our feet to the front of the mat. Inhale and sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, diving forward, Uttanasana. Coming up halfway and hold, lengthen the spine. Take a moment, breathe through the belly. And exhale, sinking into the hamstrings again. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Nice and steady. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the sky above. And sweep the arms back out and up. Exhale, diving forward. Coming up halfway, take a moment, lengthen the spine. Bend the knees a little to support the low back. And exhaling, forward fold. Give those knees a little bend. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, hands back to the heart. Inhale the arms back out and up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Bend those knees again. Open the heart. Exhale, releasing forward. And stepping the feet back to downward facing dog. Deep breath. Allowing yourself to be and be breathed. No effort. Feeling the ground. And slowly climbing back up. And finding your way to your belly. Coming into Cobra, bringing the hands under the shoulders. Press into the tops of the feet. Tuck the tailbone under. Relaxing the shoulders back. Breathing into the ground. And lowering down. Pressing back to downward facing dog. Walking hands back to feet, maintaining ground, bending the knees as you hang in Uttanasana. And inhale the arms out and up. Exhaling hands to heart. Walking your feet to the front of your mat. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, diving forward. Coming up halfway, get nice and long. Exhale, releasing forward. Stepping the feet back to downward facing dog. Feel the ground. Give those knees a little bend. Try not to hyperextend in the back. Keep the spine long. Ears in line with arms. Easing to child's pose. Stretch into those hips. Relax the head to the ground. If the head doesn't reach the ground, take some support underneath the head. A pillow or a blanket. And sliding onto the belly. Coming up to Bhujangasana. Full breath. Keep your belly button on the ground. You tend to go deeper. Remember, this is a gentle practice. We want to feel what we usually miss. Tuck the tailbone, push into the feet, and ease it back, downward facing dog. Walking hands back to feet, and hang out over your legs. Maybe shake the head out a little. And sweeping the arms out and up. Bringing the hands back to the heart. Walking the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhale up halfway, pause, bend the knees, lengthen. And easing yourself forward. Taking the feet back to downward facing dog. Deep breath. Spread out through the fingers. Take up space. Take up ground. Coming back to child's pose. Notice where you strain and take support. Maybe you need it under the hips. Maybe under the head. Sliding onto the belly, coming into Bhujangasana. Hands under shoulders, arms alongside the body. Hug the elbows in and relax the shoulders back. Breathe into the ground. Tuck the tailbone. Take it back, downward facing dog. Walking those hands back to feet. Knees bent in your forward fold. Take the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Walking the feet up to the front of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. Take your hands to your hips. And step that left foot back. Get your alignment right. Front heel in line with back heel. Front knee bends as deeply as you can, but not beyond the ankle. Hands to hips, work that right hip back as you ease that left hip forward. Bringing the hands to the heart so the shoulders relax. Press into the ground with your feet. Find steadiness in your breath. Let's take the arms into Cactus Mudra. So the arms make an L. Elbow in line with shoulder, wrist in line with elbow. This way we don't take a toll on the back and we strengthen the shoulders. Breathe. Now step that back foot forward again, hands to hips. Lifting right foot when you're ready. Step that right foot back. Finding that heel to heel alignment again. This can be challenging, but practice with it. See what it gives you to have the heels in line with each other. Work those hips forward. Hands to hips to start. Bring your hands to your heart when you're ready. Deep breaths. Taking everything slowly. Coming into Cactus Mudra when you're ready. Notice if you overextend. Try to keep your joints in line with your joints. Vata always goes to extremes. Joints in line with joints. Deep breath. Hands to hips. Let's ease that back foot forward. Mountain pose. Hands to the heart. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, diving forward. Rising up halfway. Pausing there. Lengthen your spine. And exhale, releasing forward. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Hands to hips, let's lift that left heel again. And step the left foot back. Heel to heel alignment. Front knee moves toward the little toes. Front foot faces forward. Take your hands to opposite elbow or opposite wrist behind you. Warrior two. And I want you to work on your footing. So without the arms out, feel that front knee moves open. Back foot is grounded. Release the arms out so the palms are up. Receptive, not stringent, soft. Little bend in the elbow. And if you notice those subtle movements, that's okay. Allow yourself to come to stillness. Hands to hips. However many steps it takes, bring that left foot forward again. Mountain pose. And stepping the right foot back when you're ready. Heel to heel. Bringing hands behind you when you're ready, opposite wrist or elbow. Remember not to strain. Keeping the front knee moving open, pressing into that back foot. Feel the ground as you extend the arms out, palms up. Soft, receptive. Not erratic, not anxious, not constantly moving. Or at least if movement is happening, witnessing it rather than reacting to it. And bringing your hands back to your hips. Step the right foot forward. Mountain pose. Hands to heart. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, diving forward. Knees bent. Let the head hang. Coming up halfway. Lengthen the spine. Releasing forward again. Stepping your feet back for downward facing dog. Feeling how it's changing. And coming down to child's pose. Deep breath. And coming on to the belly again. Coming into Sphinx pose now. Elbows under shoulders. Hands shoulder distance apart. Press into the tops of the feet as you feel your thighs engage. Tuck the tailbone under. Breathe into the ground. Letting those kidneys sink in. The kidneys so often stressed and overwhelmed. And just rest in your groundedness. There's nothing to do but breathe and feel. And gently easing back to child's pose. Walking the hands out to the right in your child's pose. This is very beneficial for the kidneys and for scoliosis, any issues with the spine. It also is a slight twist, so we're supporting the intestines. Coming back to center and taking it to the other side. And rest the head. Coming back to center, stretch it forward. And let's bring the hands under the shoulders and press yourself up to sit. Stretching the legs out, shaking the legs out. Let's bring the feet together. Into Vata Asana. Allow the feet to be open. And take the hands behind you on the ground and push the outer edges of the feet together. Pressing into the ground with your hands so that you can be upright for a moment. Just feeling. Bringing the palms open on the knees. Just being receptive for a moment. Just allowing the hips to open gently. Deep breaths. Now we are going to take Vata Asana. So walk your feet further out so that your legs make a diamond shape. Trying the breath. And then as you're ready to, coming into the forward fold. Let the arms rest on something, the legs or the ground, pillows, blocks. Let your head rest on something. So important for balancing Vata to allow the head to rest. And breathe into the kidneys, into the low back. If the knees and hips find difficulty in this position, you can take support under them as well. Nice and easy, climbing up, drawing knees together, stretching legs out. And adjusting your seat for the forward fold, Paschimottanasana. We're not going to come into it the way you always do. Just gently walk your hands forward until you feel something. And stay with that. We don't want Vata to strain or struggle. And keep the back nice and long. And just feel here. You can always take a blanket under the knees too to greater support. Feel the belly breathing. You can let the head hang if the stretch feels right. Keep those feet active. Every so often, you can look up and lengthen the spine. And just reorient. Revisit, especially if you find you get distracted. And slowly finding your way upright, take the hands beside the hips, lift the heart. And easing yourself onto the ground. Hugging the right knee in, stretching the left leg out on the ground. And breathe. Bringing left hand to right knee. Extending right arm in line with right shoulder. If this is too deep or there is any strain, you can take support under that right knee. Left hand to the belly as in the beginning, when we first twisted. Breathing deep. Feeling the stretch through the hip, perhaps through the sciatic nerve, which can often be stressed when Vata is imbalanced. Slowly easing up, hugging the right knee in. Planting the left foot. Let's grab the right foot for half happy baby. So what I want you to pay attention to here is keeping that left knee and hip in line. And stretching into that right hip. Holding whichever edge of the right foot you can. And releasing that right foot down. Hugging the left knee in. Stretching the right leg out. And coming into the twist on the other side. Looking out to the left hand. And breathing. Taking support under that left knee if you need it. And you may just want to experiment with taking more support, just to feel what shifts in your experience. And slowly coming up, hug the left knee in and bring the right foot to the ground. Grabbing that left foot for half happy baby. Ardha Ananda Balasana. Keep that right knee and right hip in line and breathe. Releasing from that side, both feet on the ground. Slowly tuck the tailbone under and lift the hips into bridge. Now you're more than welcome to take a block or bolster under the low back here, or allow this grounded warmth to build in balancing Vata. Keep the neck long, gently lowering down, taking the time. Remember, no strain. Let's come into it again. Tuck the tailbone and lift. We want Vata to be warm, but not to the point of strain. And gently lowering down. Feeling the breath. With an inhale, third time is a charm. Let's rise back up. And gently lower down. Hugging knees into chest. And taking circles with your knees, massage the sacrum and the kidneys into the ground. Moving slow and steady. And taking it in both directions. Coming to Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees open. Hands to the belly. Nice deep breath. Remembering this grounded ease. So if you need support under the knees, you can take it. If the low back is too tight, you can walk the feet further out into Supta Asana. Just feeling each inhale and each exhale fully. When the thoughts come in, seeing and then returning to the present moment. Bringing the knees together, feet apart. Allowing the low back to relax. And breathing through the sides of your body. Full abdominal breath. Slowly walking the feet together. And finding your way into corpse pose. Make sure you're warm and comfortable. Make sure that you're supported. Support under the knees for the back, under the head for the neck. Come into your awareness of breath. Come into your awareness of being breathed. Come into a relationship with your breath where you are not taking it, you're receiving it. Where there is no effort in the breathing. There's no grasping for the breath. There's no controlling the breath. Feeling this quality of ground that is so needed for Vata. While appreciating this deep connection to the subtle. We can access this skill of connecting to the subtle without causing imbalance if Vata is grounded. And feel this in your awareness. Feel that the more you sink to the ground, the more receptive and open you are. To feel the lightness of being without feeling disembodied. And knowing that you can take this experience always, connecting to the ground and opening from there, rather than Vata's usual orientation of opening from an airy or spacious place. Open from a grounded space where the energy and prana can be replenished. Stay here as long as you would like to, taking your time when you come out of your Shavasana, knowing there's always time, and when we are present, the time we take is always enough.